To the NFL. On my green list for today, hey Orlowski, I want you to pay close attention to this.
I got you.
Because I'm going to give you the top 5 teams in the NFC. This is my power rankings. The top 5 teams in the NFC. At number 5, the Washington Commanders. I believe that little mini break was all they needed. Their schedule is good. They have a bye this week. I think the quarterback, between the combination of the ribs and hitting a little bit of a rookie wall, got tired. I think this late bye will help him. I think the Commanders finished strong. I think they are the 5th best team, and their arrow is pointing straight up. At number 4, I'll put the Packers because they have to show it to you. Look, at the end of the day, I believe in the Packers. I picked them to go to the Super Bowl before the year started, and if they win tonight, they'll be right back on track. But they played the Lions and lost. They played the Vikings and lost. I can't put them any higher than 4. I can't put them ahead of the Vikings, for example, who I have at 3. I am completely bought in on Sam Darnold, and I feel so good for him. People ask me all the time, Greeny, does it hurt you to watch Sam Darnold playing so well? Heck no. Sam Darnold deserves this opportunity. He's playing out of his mind. Their defense is multiple and confuses young quarterbacks. The Vikings are legit. At number 2, get ready to yell at me. The Lions.
Jeez, dude.
The Lions have been unbelievable from the very beginning of the season, but Shefty just ran through all of it for you. Their defense is depleted. No team, no matter how good, could overcome all of the losses that team has overcome. And the reality is the best team in the NFC, the best team in the NFL, man for man, pound for pound, plays in Philadelphia. Their defense is awesome. Right now, the coach of the year in the NFL is Vic Fangio. I don't care that he's not a head coach. If I had a vote, I would vote for Vic Fangio. That defense was an embarrassment last year, and all of a sudden, it is absolutely dominant. With those 2 kids up front playing defensive tackle and an unbelievably good secondary, I have the Eagles as the best team in the NFL. Why are you looking at me like that, Harry Douglas?
I think you're crazy right now.
Why am I crazy?
Because when you look at the Detroit Lions, number 1, offensively, we know the juggernaut that they are. Right? They're leading the league or top 5 in just about every category.
Yeah.
But when you flip over to the defensive side of the ball, I get that the Philadelphia Eagles are top 10 in just about every category, but so are the damn Detroit Lions. They're 10th in total defense, 5th in run defense, 2nd in points allowed, and 1st in third down defense. They also are a team that has won 10 games in a row and going for the 11th tonight. They have 1 loss on the season. I'm not going to put a team that has 2 losses on the season ahead of a team that has 1 loss when we've deemed them as the best team the entire year.
So all of a sudden you're on the NCAA selection committee? Okay, I'll fight back.
They play in the SEC.
Here are the 2 losses. Here are the 2 losses the Eagles have. One of them, nobody played. I think I was playing offensive skill for them in that game. And the other one, Saquon Barkley dropped a ball that was directly in his hands. Otherwise, they beat your Atlanta Falcons. Those are their 2 losses on the season.
Great.
The Lions last week, the Bears Eberflused themselves out of that game, okay? The Lions absolutely should have lost at home to Chicago on Thanksgiving if the Bears hadn't Eberflused themselves into oblivion in one of the most ridiculous games of all time. The Lions were dominating everybody. They remind me of the 07 Patriots. And you know what? It's hard to maintain that level. I've had this conversation with Teddy
It doesn't make you a
Bruschi.
lesser team.
The Eagles are going like this,
The Eagles
Dan.
are soaring.
The Eagles are
There you
going
go.
like
All right,
this.
So if was a 5th, we'd all be drunk. What do we promote? Patron? Tequila?
Yes, Patron.
Okay, so I love tequila. So we might as well get all of us a shot in this damn cup because if was a 5th, we'd all be drunk. We can't go back and say if Saquon Barkley would have catch that ball, they would have 1 less loss. He dropped it.
Well,
Point blank period.
Forget about the ifs. Let's just talk about the direction and the way the Eagles are playing right now. That's why Greeny is saying they're the number 1 team and they're going to finish with that 1st seed because of what they look like on game day, the dominance of Saquon Barkley, rushing for 250-something yards against the Rams. That's why he's saying that, and I agree with Greeny.
Courtesy of Hembo. Okay, a little shout out for Hembo.
Shout out for Hembo. What's up, Hembo?
Okay, he's not that good.
The Eagles are on pace right now to finish 1st in the league in total defense for the first time since 1991.
91.
He's an Eagles fan.
When I don't care.
Numbers are numbers.
Facts are the facts.
Go ahead, finish, Shefty. Go ahead,
when
finish.
Reggie White, Clyde Simmons, and Jerome Brown all made 1st team All-Pro that year. First time the scoring defense is on pace to finish number 1 since 1991.
So you're saying 1st place is better than 10th place when you're talking about numbers and stats?
They are dominant on that side of the ball,
Yes.
Dan. Look what Cooper DeJean did to Derrick Henry the other
exciting
day.
whites, Greeny.
And those 2 defensive tackles. Those 2 kids from yes, I know.
Greeny, just blow over that.
No, I got it.
Don't stop that. Don't stop that.
What is this?
I have no idea. I figured you'd know.
Okay, so wait, stay focused.
Black guys don't know.
They've got an unbelievable secondary.
Yes.
They've got those 2 defensive tackles. So Rex Ryan made the point. I'll explain it for the layperson, because that's what I am, as simply as can be made. They are able, because their defensive tackles are so good, they are able to stop the run without having to commit extra people.
Correct.
So they were able to play cover 2, keep those 2 deep safeties back there, and still stop Derrick Henry and stop your running game. That's Rex Ryan talking, one of the great defensive coaches of all time. That's why the Eagles are the best team in the NFL.
Eagles are a great football team. I'm not putting them above the Lions. You talk about the Eagles, the one drop, Saquon Barkley. The Lions lost to the Bucs, and Jared threw 100 interceptions in the red zone. It was his worst game of the year.
I know, and it was a million years ago.
Correct.
Watch the two teams play right now.
Absolutely. The Eagles have absolutely closed the gap. We know that they're the 2 clear teams. If the Lions had Aiden Hutchinson, would you feel the same way?
But they don't.
But if they do, like there is the thought that if they get to the
He's got to get to the Super Bowl.
But if
they got to beat the Eagles to get there.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that. If they had him, he might get back for the NFC title game. You never know. But if they had him, does that make you feel differently?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not taking
my gripe for you is 3 and 4.
The Eagles are so. What I'm saying is, I opened Monday by you were sitting here with me. I said I waited too long to buy into the Eagles. I kept talking about their schedule, who have they played. I don't buy in their coach. I said all the wrong things.
Right.
I was completely wrong.
Here's my pushback. The one flaw that the Eagles have shown throughout this, even the win streak, the slow start, okay? Yeah. It happened again last week. Yep. Now, they didn't get hurt by it, and that's a credit to them. I thought the punt by Sirianni in the second quarter was brilliant. We'll get into that. That being said, I don't think you can start slow against the Lions because I don't think the Lions are going to start slow. I would have said that's about the Ravens, yes, but Lamar didn't play well. That's the one flaw with the Eagles. If they start slow and the other team doesn't, if you catch the other team's A game and the Eagles start slow, they're going to get got because then you can't play to that style defensively. They're both great teams.
I think the Eagles have really enjoyed having the spotlight on the Detroit Lions for most of the year. I think that they've been doing their work in the background, watching everybody talk about the Detroit Lions and how great they are and how they're going to be hosting their first championship game since December of 1957, and they've just been stacking up wins. And they keep stacking up wins. But
so do the Lions.
They're getting healthier now, and the Lions are losing players. Here's the deal. A month ago, we weren't talking about the Eagles in this light.
Correct.
A month ago, we were talking about whether the Eagles coach was going to get fired.
A month ago, we were not talking about the Eagles this way. A month later, we are. 1 month from now, we don't know where the conversation will still be. There's still a lot of time. We're going into week 14. These 2 teams are duking it out for the home seed. Again, I want to point out, the Lions have that game on deck next week against the Buffalo Bills.
The Lions have a much harder schedule.
That game could help determine the number 1 seed in each conference.
And I'll give you this. If you took these 2 teams and you tried to figure out who's got the advantage, unit versus unit, Lions offense, the Eagles defense, I don't have a clear advantage for either team other than A.J. Brown. I do not believe that Detroit could just line up and play man coverage and they have a human being that can cover A.J. Brown. So, with all this arguing, if there was one advantage in that game or in that matchup, it's A.J. Brown. He would be the person that would be the difference maker.
Listen, I mean, the problem with having these conversations is that in order to support one side, it sounds like you're diminishing the other. The Lions are awesome.
Yes.
The Lions have a variety of other issues, though. The Lions have their own division to worry about. The Eagles have no concerns in their division. They're going to win all of their division games, probably somewhat easily. They're going to cruise through the rest of their season. The Lions have Minnesota sitting half a game or 1 game behind them in the loss column. And when they played each other, the Lions won on a field goal with 15 seconds left.
They had a 10-point lead with 8 minutes to go. Let's not make that game close.
And by the way, we're doing a whole segment here on the Eagles and Lions, a collision course they could be on. And the Green Bay Packers are sitting in their hotel room tonight saying, hold on.
And that's why
we might have a say about this.
Welcome back to Eagles Nest News, the place where we break down all things Eagles with passion and precision. Today, we're diving into the red-hot MVP campaign of Saquon Barkley and why this electrifying season could redefine the standard for running backs in the NFL. Buckle up, Birds fans. This is going to be good. There's no denying it. Saquon Barkley has been an absolute game-changer for the Philadelphia Eagles this season. Since the offense shifted its focus to Saquon, the results have been nothing short of spectacular. The Eagles are soaring, and Barkley is leading the charge with jaw-dropping performances week after week. Who can forget the backward hurdle? It's been the highlight of the league, replayed endlessly for a reason. Now, let's talk numbers. With 1,499 rushing yards through just 12 games, Barkley is on a historic pace. If he keeps this up, he could shatter Eric Dickerson's single-season record of 2,105 yards, a record that stood since 1984. And don't overlook that Barkley is averaging a ridiculous 6.1 yards per carry. That's elite territory. Sure, Jalen Hurts might snag those goal line touchdowns, leaving Saquon with 11 scores so far. But let's not forget, Barkley's impact extends far beyond the end zone. He's the engine of this offense, carving through defenses, even top-ranked ones like the Ravens. Against their second-ranked rush defense, he put up 107 yards. That's dominance. Even NFL executives are taking notice. One NFC personnel exec compared Saquon to Sean Alexander, the Seahawks running back who won MVP back in 2005. The verdict: Saquon's numbers and his overall impact outshine Alexander's, even if the touchdown count isn't as high. So, what's the bottom line, Eagles fans? Saquon Barkley is redefining what it means to be a running back in today's NFL. The last running back to win MVP was Adrian Peterson 12 years ago. But if Saquon smashes a 40-year-old record, that's a legacy moment. And with Barkley leading the charge, the Eagles look poised to make serious noise this season. But hey, that's just what we think. Now it's your turn. Could Saquon bring home the MVP award? Will this historic run cement the Eagles' dominance in the league? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you love talking Eagles football, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and join the Eagles Nest News family. Fly, Eagles, fly.